The Rugby World Cup may be over, but now it's time for the URC, and Ulster's first home game of the season is live here across the BBC.
What a start for Ulster. Oh, wonderful stuff. Ballacroon puts the foot in the gas. Ballacroon gets away. Ballacroon's got it to one of the sticks. James Hume gets across the Munster line. Here goes McElroy from the 22. They're not going to get McElroy. McElroy is in for Ulster's third try. What a wonderful, wonderful try. And how crucial is that going to be in the overall scheme of this season?
Well, the fans have had to wait until Halloween this year for the United Rugby Championship season to get underway in Belfast. After an opening win away in Italy last week, the Ulster players arrived today to a new-look arena. The grass is gone and a new state-of-the-art 3G pitch has been installed, ready for its first game. Ulster host the Bulls from South Africa this afternoon. No doubt the team enjoyed their national side success in the Rugby World Cup final last night. The game is a 5 o'clock kickoff here at the Kingspan Stadium. Well, good evening. Before then, we have loads of quality build-up in the company of former Ulster and Ireland players Tommy Bowe and Chris Henry. Great to be back, gentlemen. New season, new pitch. Do we expect new fortunes for Ulster Rugby this year?
Yeah, listen, I think it's fantastic that we are back here at Kingspan Stadium again. Obviously, I think we all got caught up in the emotion, the excitement and the devastation of the Rugby World Cup over in Paris.
Yeah, I'd say like Marcel and his team were probably watching again in the hotel and just obviously elated by their country's win. And I agree with Tommy. I think from an Irish point of view, Irish fans, I think they definitely obviously deserve more. But it's just amazing now that that's now finished. You now can get back to the bread and butter and a fresh start for what an exciting season for Ulster.
Okay, well, this is the last game of round two. Let's take a check on the weekend results so far. There are wins for the Ospreys, Connacht and the Stormers. Leinster beat the Sharks 34-13. Edinburgh victorious against the Lions. And today it was a draw between Benetton and Munster, 13-all. Cardiff defeated the Dragons 16 points to 9. Let's hear from the Ulster head coach, Dan McFarland.
Dan, the new pitch is looking very shiny out there. Are you a fan?
Love it, yeah. Training so fast, and I think the guys really enjoy playing on it. Well, I know they do. So.
Well, Dan McFarland's made 6 changes from the side last week. Alan O'Connor comes in to captain the team. Tom O'Toole returns after being part of Ireland's Rugby World Cup squad. Rob Ballacroon's back on the wing, while Jude Postlethwaite is handed his first start at the Kingspan. Dave Ewers makes his home debut and Billy Byrne starts at fly half. Dan McFarland says he wants to play that attacking style of rugby that Tommy was talking about. Is that the team to deliver it, do you think?
Well, on paper, 1-15, it looks really, really exciting. You know,
Ulster fans perhaps miss Marcel Cosea. He was a big hit here at his time at Ulster. He's the co-captain of the Bulls now, and he's talking to Gavin Andrews.
Marcel, how nice is it to be back in Belfast?
Oh, fantastic. No, you got a small...
South Africa to World Cup glory in 2007, and he's made just one change to the starting lineup, which thrashed the Scarlets 63-21 in Pretoria last week. Veteran Conal Hendricks replaces Harold Vorster at centre. But Chris, this is not just a forward-orientated team. This is a team that can score a lot of tries through their backs as well, isn't it?
No, they're a really well-rounded team, you know, and no doubt they bring that aggressive physicality from the pack. They'll not be afraid to put the ball under the jumper and ball too, but they can score. They play cross-kick game, lovely kick, delicate kicks in behind. So Ulster will really have to be on the money defensively, as I said.
Okay, Chris, Tommy, thank you very much indeed. The home side has always won this fixture. Let's see how it pans out this evening in the company of Ian Humphreys and Jim Neely.
Stephen, thank you very much indeed, and happy new season to everyone, and to Tommy and to Chris. Well, a new season, a new pitch, first home game for an Ulster side. Still probably smarting a wee bit about the disappointing end to last season when they went down rather tamely to Connacht. In the meantime, Ulster have secured an early release from the World Cup for Tom O'Toole. Alan O'Connor is back to lead the side from the second row. Nick Timoney starts at number 8. It's the first home game for Dave Ewers. Billy Burns is back at outside half. Jude Postlewaite begins the game for the first time. And there's a return for Rob Balakoon. And back at home after 2 years out is fullback Will Addison. That's the Ulster side. The Bulls coach Jake White has returned the formidable forward pack that demolished the Scarlets a week ago. International props Steen Camp and Lowe. Co-captains in Springboks Rowan Nordke and Marcel Coetzee, a Ravenhill favourite for 5 years. And watch out for 21-year-old Cameron Hanekom in the back row. Just 2 changes in the Bulls' backs, with Stravino Jacobs on the left wing and 35-year-old former Springbok Cornel Hendricks inside him in the centre. A fairly formidable-looking Bull side, as the Scarlets discovered last week. Well, we'll just have to wait and see how it pans out as far as the new pitch is concerned. And Ian Humphreys, the reaction certainly from the players seems to be very positive.
Yeah, it does, Jim. I think the players are all a little bit reluctant about how it was going to start. Obviously, you hear horror stories of injuries on the 3G, but I think as long as it's kept relatively well maintained, then I think the guys are finding it's a really fast pitch. Obviously, it's a dry ball, and I think they're just excited to get started. Training's gone really well, and I think all initial worries have sort of passed just because of training, and the more they get used to it, I'm sure the more they'll enjoy it.
And there's the man who's going to be officiating this evening. He's a 31-year-old from Brescia in Italy, and he's Gianluca Gnecchi, assisted by Andrew Cole and Robbie Jenkinson, and the TMO is another Italian, Stefano Rossini. So it's Billy Burns, who didn't start against Liverpool last week, came on and did make a difference to get this first home game of the 23-24 season underway. Here's Burns. That's hanging just nicely, well taken in by the joint skipper, Iran Nordke.
Use it!
Back to Ambrose Papier. Outside is 22, so he can't kick directly into touch. But no doubt this will go fairly long, and it has. That's another beater underneath it. Jacob Stockdale, well taken by Jacob Stockdale. So no conversion for Johan Hussen, who got 9 out of 9 last week. Ulster 2 tries, the Bulls 1 try, but the difference between them is a Nathan Doak conversion. Half-time at a very highly entertained Kingspan Stadium at Ravenhill. The score is Ulster 14 and the visiting Bulls 12. What do you think, Ian?
I think Ulster will be disappointed, Jim, that they've conceded those 2 late tries.
Well, Tommy Bowe and Chris Henry have been watching what's been a very entertaining game.
Yeah, it has. I told you this pitch was going to be entertaining. End-to-end rugby. A
top job, like it would be.
And he's absolutely got the CV and pedigree to do it.
OK, we'll talk more about that later, I'm sure. Tommy, Chris, thank you for the moment. Back to the second half with Ian and Jim.
Just one change in the Ulster side from the one that left the field. Billy Burns is fit to play, but Dave Ewers has left the field and Marcus Ray has come on. So a little bit of pace. And he does get it away, and somehow, against all that pressure, against probably one of the beefiest sides they'll ever come up against, Ulster have held on. What a steal by Dave McCann, who must have been right up there in contention for man of the match. But that's the man who got the man of the match, Tom O'Toole. Ian, as always, thank you very much indeed. What a game of rugby here, and a parochial status compared with the World Cup final last night. It wasn't perhaps just as exciting, but from an Ulster perspective, it was hugely important. Ulster won this one. They've beaten the Bulls here at the Kingspan Stadium at Ravenhill Park in Belfast on the brand new pitch, we have to say, which proved a huge success, but not as big as Ulster's performance. Final score, Ulster 26 and the Bulls from Pretoria 19.
Chris Henry, Tommy Bowe, what impressed you most about that Ulster win tonight? Okay, well, you two selected Tom O'Toole as the man of the match. We can hear from him now. He's with Gavin.
Okay, the BKT player of the match is Tom O'Toole. Alan O'Connor will do the honours and hand across the medal.
There is, if we can, a quick look at the table. Ulster third, the Stormers on top by a point, and Connacht in second place there. So here comes Dan McFarland, the Ulster coach. Congratulations, Dan. Well done tonight.
Thanks, Stephen.
How pleased?
Well done. Well done.
Congrats.
Chris.
How pleased were you with that Ulster win this evening? You really had to grind it out at the end.
Well, I think the win was really important. For me, the Bulls are a very good team. We saw that last week. We saw it in a lot of their play.
Thanks to Tommy, thanks to Chris as well. Ulster have played 2 and won 2. It's a great start to this season's URC from all of us here at Bowe.